Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Bella's Creation. Today we're gonna make this clay game. I'll show you step by step how we're gonna do this for Agate technique. We will be using several colors and I'll show you what beginners shouldn't do during the process. So this is gonna be the end product, and this is one of the earrings that we made from this clay cane. So today I'll be showing you step by step how we're going to create this clay cane so you can do yours. Stay through the process because I'll be showing lots of beginner mistakes that I used to do when I'm doing this kind of clay canes, and if you're a beginner, it's going to be a tip for you. Hi everyone, welcome. So let's get started. I'll start with the translucent clay. Who's here? Kim? Peter? Blueberry? Hi everyone, let's get started. First thing what I'm going to do, I'll be slicing my translucent into small pieces. Be careful when you are using the sharp blade. We need quite considerable amount of translucent, so let's get that condition first as a first step. What I have done wrong when I started doing polymer clay is use the clay straight from the back without conditioning. Then it's tend to crack during the baking process and also molding. So make sure you take your time to condition your clay. So what I'm going to do next is combine them all together. If you have a rolling pin like that, you can use it. Otherwise, you can use a pasta machine if you have a pasta machine. If not, use your hands. I'll start with a small portion. Let's roll this out and move to our first step. I have used the thicker setting of my pasta machine. I'll do a couple of more rounds. Fold it, run through the pasta machine again. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this through in a thinner setting just one time. So we are doing this clay game And this is one of the earrings we made from that clay can. So I'm showing you step by step how we're gonna get this foil anti technique on your clay. We have done our first step, which is we got our translucent ready. That's gonna be in the center. So that's the thickness that I'll be using throughout the project. Next step I'm going to do is add some gold foil onto this clay. Cut the extra bits off. You can use it for next one. This is how it looks like. What I'm going to do next is roll this gently. Make sure you press it as you go. Okay, we have finished our second step. We're in the process of making this clay cane. So you get a tiny piece like that. So the next step gonna be use the next layer, next color, which is gonna be the lighter color. Here, feel free to use whatever the colors you like to use. I'll go with my plain color code. So I have already prepared my clay. Make sure you condition it before you use. What we're going to do next is roll this on the yellow color clay. As earlier, we press it gently as we roll. If you like to keep it the excess, you can do it. Otherwise, you can remove the extra. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the extra bits off. Welcome, Mary. We are in the process of making this clay can, Mary. I'll show you step by step. We have done our third one. So we got 2 layers here, actually 3 layers with the gold foil. What I'm going to do next is add another tiny layer of the translucent clay. If you like the thinner setting of it, feel free to do so. What I'm going to do actually, run this through the thinner setting in pasta machine. So that is kind of the thinner setting that I have here. So I'm going to rub that one with the translucent. Make sure you wrap it properly. Gently press it as you go. I hope you understand up to here, guys. We are in the process of doing the faux Agate technique on our clay cane. And this is our target, and these are the products that we have already created using that. So here we got four layers actually, two translucent layers, one yellow color and one gold color. What I'm going to do next is at my next layer, here I'll be using the light orange color. A gentle reminder guys, make sure you condition your clay before you use it. I have already conditioned my clay, prepare for the streaming. So I use it straight, but make sure you do yours before you start your project. If you haven't conditioned your clay, it tends to crack during the baking process and also molding. If there's any gaps, use your finger to cross them off. High tech, what type of clay is this? This is a Sculpey polymer clay. Let me show you. This is a translucent one, Sculpey 3, but usually for other colors I'm using Sculpey Primo. You can use it online, you can purchase it online, usually I go with Amazon. Feel free to ask any questions. If you have any questions guys, I'm more than happy to assist you. So let's give it a little roll before we move to the next step. The next step gonna be adding another foil. This time we will be adding silk color. Be prepared for the mess because it's always messy when you're working with these foils. Roll it gently and use your blade to cut the excess off. Nice. Make sure you touch it. Roll it and combine them all together. I'm going to give it another little roll before I move to the next step. My next step, I'll be using the darkest shade of the orange color. This was the previous color we used, so this one is a little bit dark. Let me condition this one more time because I feel like nice. Use this side and roll it gently. And I'm going to cut the extra off. Hi Kalani, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining with us. We are in the process of making this clay cane, Kalani. I'll be showing you step by step how you do it. With that clay cane, you can create beautiful earrings like that, or else key rings or whatever you like to do. So give it a little roll. Make sure they all combine well before you move to the next layer. Hi Nanajit, hi Savishkaya, how are you? Welcome you all. There's a little bit of extra clay here, so what I'm going to do, give it a little cut and take that bit off before I move to the next step. Thanks guys for the appreciation. If you like what we are doing, let's simply double tap the screen and appreciate the video. Also, if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creations, and like to this kind of tutorials projects, make sure you click on the bell icon. Wonderful. So I'll be using to the next step, which gonna be lighter shade of the pink. And here, what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of makeup powder. If you have a spatula like that, use it, otherwise you can use your fingers. Just gently get a little bit of powder and put it on your clay and rub it evenly. This will give you the additional sparkles on your project. If you don't have makeup powder, that's okay. You can move to the next step. Spread the powder evenly. Wonderful. Let's put these things here so I have enough room to work with. What we're going to do next is get your clay can that you're working with and roll it on your pink color clay. I'm seeing there's a little trouble here because my clay patch is not enough. So what I'm gonna do, give it a little roll before I use it. I'll be using my rolling pin and make it a little thinner. The reason why I put the baking paper on top of it is just to prevent the sticking that onto my rolling pin. Wonderful. Let's give it a go. If it's still not enough clay, that's okay. It's barely covering that, but let's see what we can do here. I'm going to cut the extra off and doing a little bit of patchwork. Use your finger to stretch the clay a little bit and make sure it's combined well. Wonderful. I'll give it a little roll again before I move to the next step. Nice. So we're halfway through. And next one, I'll add some gold color foil. This is on a little bit. Let's use that one. Hi Ganesh, welcome. How are we today? I'm in the process of creating this beautiful clay cane. Now I'll show you the step one by one. It's messy, I told you. So give it a little roll before we add the other layer. Hi everyone, welcome. As I mentioned, we are in the process of making this beautiful Faux Agate clay cake, and we're halfway through. So the next part, before I move to the next part, I'll take my gloves off because it's messy. And the next one we're gonna add is the darker version of our pink color. Run that through the pasta machine just a couple of times to make it a little thinner so we have enough clay. See? I broke it. Let's do it again. So we got to go a few more rounds. Wonderful, it's ready to use. So what we're gonna do is roll this on the pink color clay. Still it's not enough, so I'll be stretching the clay a little bit gently to the point that I can cover the whole cake. Give it a little roll. Wonderful. Next color we will be moving again this translucent. Since our clay can getting bigger and bigger, I'm gonna double this up. Oh dear, it's a little mistake. I don't need this silver clay foil here. I'm gonna peel that off. You can actually easily use a sticky tape to take it off. Let's try that one. Struggles here. Where's the end? Ah, here. Anyway, I can't find the end of my sticky tape, so let's forget about that step. Let's take my time. That's alright. You gently roll it out. Before that, make sure you cut the extra off. And here, I'm going to trim the extra bit. I'm going to close it gently. Don't worry about the edges. Anyway, we're going to trim them off. So the next color I'll be using is purple. Before I roll the purple color, I'm gonna add this tiny silver foil. Come here. Let's get rid of that. And I'm gonna use another one to cover the rest. Roll it like that. Make sure it's combined. Wonderful. Give it a little rub before you put that on your purple color. Hi Ken, how are we today? Burrito. It looks like a burrito roll, doesn't it? So we're gonna cover this as earlier. And I'm gonna trim the edges off. Nice clicking, getting bigger and bigger. And we nearly, how many colors? 2 colors away to the finishing line. I'm gonna swish this little bit and close the gap. It's same here, it's so hot here. I got to stay under the aircon, otherwise my clay gonna be melted as well. Alrighty, beautiful people. We've done that one as well. The next part I'm going to do, I'm going to add some translucent. So we need to roll it out. Now, cut this one out. Hi, Maji. How are we today? Welcome. Of my translucent. How long I need it? Yuppie. Roll it out. Gently stretch it while I'm rolling to make sure I have enough to cover whole thing. Ripped it. Alrighty. So use your fingers to cover the gaps. Yeah. Let's do a little bit of patchwork. No harm. Okay. And give it a roll. And the next part I'll be adding is my light blue. As you can see, I have 2 different colors but similar shades. So I'm going to combine them first run through the pasta machine a couple of times. One more time. Wonderful. So I need this in a little bit of tenacity now. And I'm going to roll that. On the cake. Stretch it a little bit if you feel like. There's not enough clay to cover the whole thing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these extra bits off and do the patchwork again. Thanks Ganesh for appreciation. Thank you everyone for the appreciation. While you're watching, if you forgot to double tap the screen, let's double tap the screen. Also, if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creation, make sure you click on the bell icon. I'll be doing different projects every day and showing you step by step as tutorials so you can learn from me and we can grow together. Wonderful. So we are 2 steps away finishing the clay cane. So the next step, I need a few more translucent. What I'm gonna do, rather doing bit by bit, I'm gonna do this whole thing. Cut it, combine them, and run this through the pasta machine. Fold it and run it through the machine again. I'll do a couple of more times until it's conditioned well. Next, what I'm going to do, I'll run this through the machine in a thinner setting. Wonderful. So, let's trim the edges. It's a little bit of messy. Cover this one. This looks like a large Swiss roll. As I mentioned earlier, you don't have to do the same colors. You can try out different colors, the colors that you like. I want to do this kind of a soft pastel color rainbow effect. So that's why I'm using these colors. Wonderful. So we'll give it a little roll. Combine them together. And for the last one, I'll be adding my last foil layer, which is a silver color one. It might not be enough to cover the whole thing. So what I'm going to do, randomly paste it on the cane and then roll it. last layer I'm going to do is this denim blue color. Again, that's the only bit I have. If you wonder how I get this color is, just use the royal blue and add some silver color onto it. So that's how I get this denim color. Let me roll it one more time. There's a little bit of white touched here. So, okay, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough, but we'll figure it out. Okay, we are adding our last layer. Hi Jimmy, welcome to my channel. We are kind of a couple of steps away making this clay cane. If you missed the first few steps, you can watch the replay. So since I don't have enough blue color, I'll be stretching it a little bit. As you can see, it's a risk, so do it gently. And a few more here. Let's see whether we can do this end. Just gently stretch your clay. Did it. And if there's any patches, you can do the patchwork. Wonderful. So, give it a roll. If you like, you can add the translucent layer at the background. I'm not going to do it for this cane. So what I'm going to do now is roll it to make sure that all the layers combine well. Are we all ready to see how the inside looks like? Okay, thanks Ganesh. Just a one tip for you guys. If you think because we have added so many layers and I touched the clay lots of times and your clay might be soft and it can be too soft that when you're cutting it, it can be distorted. In that scenario, make sure you rest your clay a little bit before you cut it. But if you rush like me now, I need to cut it and show you guys. So one thing you can do is put it in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes until it's set, then you can use it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give a little cut here and reveal. Can you see it's distorting because the clay is too soft? But it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to use this prepaid one and show you the step moving forward from here. While I'm doing that, I'm going to put this in the freezer to set it. So then I can use this one as well. Give it a little roll before we put it in the freezer. The only reason I put it in the freezer is to make sure it's combined well. But if you have a time, you can simply leave it to rest. Thanks, Kalani. Thank you for the appreciation. This side, it's gonna be the same. Edges gonna be messy all the time. Alright, I think it's well combined. I'll quickly go and put this in the freezer. Give me 30 seconds, guys. Don't go anywhere. Wait for me. Perfect. Harimalasana. Thank you, Kanish. Thanks, Kalani. Thanks, everyone, for appreciation. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you what sort of things that you can do with this clay cane. I'll give you a closer look on this one. This is a pair of earrings that we created using this clay cane. And this is another pair of earrings that we created using this clay cane. Now what I'm going to do next is show you how to create this kind of thing using the clay cane. So here it's going to be a little bit tricky if you're going to use the larger side of it. That's why I already used the clay cane in this way to fit it a little smaller. So if you want to use the larger size, what you can do is you can cut it into 4 and use the different straps, but it won't give you the whole design as it is. So I'm going to show you how you're going to reduce the cane from this big to this small. Simply hold it in the middle and press it towards the ends. That's how you're going to reduce your cane. So what I'm going to do, we'll give it little slices. So I need 4 of them. I'll be showing you how we're going to get this kind of earring. You might need some fillers. As a filler, you can use a leftover clay. What I'm going to do next is get one piece. Give it a little press. This is how it looks like. And we're going to insert that in our mold. So you can press it like that, or else what I usually do, use a little bit of clay and make a little ball. Put that in the middle. Then press it. In that way, you keep the design as it is, it won't be sorted. And press it gently. Wonderful. Then what we're going to do next is cut the extras off. We're going to take it out. That's how it looks like at the moment. But remember, we haven't finished. So we do the other piece, do the same. I'll be using this one as a filler, the leftovers. Apologies if you can't see me properly. I hope you can see well now. And insert that into the mold. cute, doesn't it, the colony? But we haven't finished it. Wait till to the end. And we take the extra off. Here I'll cut it a little deeper just to create a little cavity here. I'll tell you why. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the binding. Since this is too long, I'll cut it into the desired length. And I'm gonna place it at the top. Since there are small details, you got to be patient if you don't get it at the first place. So the practice helps you to get the fine finishing. And I'm going to cover it with the clay to make sure I secure that onto the clay. And I'll gently remove the extra clay off. Do it gently, there's no rush here. Then what we're gonna do next is, where's my other one? Oh yeah, I was just thinking what happened to that piece. We're gonna attach that on the top. Gonna take that out. Use that little ball, kind of a earring, and you gently use your fingers to press them all together. I'll do a little press in the middle. And this goes in the 130 preheat oven for 30 minutes. And that's how we get this kind of a earring. And let's do the other pair. Other one. So I use your clay. Flatten it a little bit. And get the extra clay ball. Thank you. Put it in the middle. So guys, you can follow this and you can create your own if you love to try new things. And also this can be a small business idea. And this is my side hustle. I'll do it a little fast this round because I have already showed you how we're going to do that. Depending on the size, you can choose which one you want to go with. Create a little cavity here. And then get your finding. Cut that into the right size. And we're going to attach it here. Put that in the middle. To make sure it's secured, we're going to add another layer of clay here and press it gently. Nice. And we can get your tissue blade. Gently peel the extra off. the other part, other portion, other half, what you called it, and put it on top of that. Press gently. Here we go. That little part, it's ready to go in the oven. Remember, we preheat the oven before we put the clay to bake. So preheat the oven to 130 and bake it for 30 minutes. Here you go. Wonderful. So that's it. And the next one I'll do is quickly show you how you're gonna do a bead. It's the same way, nothing much different. So I'll be using the half of this because it's a large one. Use your leftover clay, wrap that around. If you want to do it in freehand, you can do in a freehand. If you want to put that in your little thing, put that on the little thing. And press it gently, get the shape. After that, roll it on your hand. That's a beautiful bead that we just created using our clay cane. So to make a key ring like this, you need at least 5 beads. So you can create 5 beads and make sure, if you like the kind of a variation, add plain color beads as well. What I'm going to do next is quickly show you how we're going to create an earring like that. Then that's going to be the last step of our streaming today. So let me get my base. For the base, I'll be using the translucent. Condition the clay. I need a bit more because that's not enough. So guys, remember tomorrow there's no streaming. Saturdays, the last day off. Day off in YouTube because I got plenty of things to do. But I'll be there on Sunday. What's the date this Sunday? Is it 21st, 22nd? Actually, there's no streaming on this Sunday as well. I'll see whether I can come a little early on Sunday. I'll let you know, but there's no streaming tomorrow. Alright, we got our clay condition ready to go. If I can't come on this Sunday, I'll give you guys a bonus one on Monday. We'll see how we go. Hi Adam, welcome. Oh no, Andra. Adara, how can I pronounce your name? Welcome, thank you so much for joining with us. So I'll be showing you how we're going to do the beautiful piece of earring using clay cane. I'll put it in the center. It's a large one. Let's take this extra off so we have enough room here. What I'm going to do, since I need the same thickness on my clay, I'll be placing these two guys next to each other. 22nd. Yes, because Ganesh, there's a Sri Lankan movie coming. So we're going to watch it. So that's the reason I'll be not doing the streaming on Sunday. But Let's see. But there's no drilling tomorrow. Give it a little roll. Do it gently. You got to use your strong muscles. Alrighty. A few more rolls and we're done. When I touch it, I can feel some bumps, which means it's not rolled properly. That's better, it's very smooth. Have a look at this, guys, it's so beautiful. Hi Prasadaya, how are we today? Welcome, welcome. I'm nearly finished Prasadaya, but it's good you just came. How gorgeous is that, guys? Love it. To add the texture to this one, මේකට අපි පුංචි texture එකක් දෙමු. But I'm not going to overwhelm with massive patterns. So what I'm going to do is a simple one. Use my sandpaper. That's the sandpaper. So I'm going to place it over here and give it a little rub. You can use different rollers if you have. I do have a few rollers, but I don't like too much happening on this clay game, as it's already have the layers and texture. But at the hit here, nice. Isn't it beautiful, guys? Let's double tap the screen if you like what we're doing here. And also, if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creation, don't forget to click on the bell icon for more streaming like this. So, always the hardest thing for me is choose the glitter. As you can see, this is my favorite. See, it's everywhere. Actually, the puzzle cutter looks good for this one as well. Maybe love heart. I'm gonna use the love heart. What I'll do, before I cut, I'll add the glad wrap here. There's the end. I'm struggling to find the end of my sellotape now with the glad wrap. Okay, here we go. Hi Tamla, how are we today? Sorry if I miss any names. My phone is focused on a different angle, so I can't see the messages unless I checked it. Okay. Thanks for your patience, people. Here we go. We got this. I'm going to put the foil on top of my clay patch. The reason I'm doing it, prevent it kind of sticking onto my cutter. Here, you got to pick and choose what's going to be your design, which part you like on your pattern. I need a little bit of blue as well, so I'll be cutting that one here. So gonna get the identical one on this end. For this end. That end. No, like this one. Change my mind. And take your black wrap off. No mess here. Just go. And gently remove that off. If you feel like it's kind of stuck, give it a little cut. Nice. That's a beautiful piece of earrings. I'm gonna pierce this. That's gonna be like this. I'll be piercing these two ends. I'll do this end for this one. And this one also can go with the other pieces we created. 130, preheat oven for 30 minutes. So beautiful, isn't it, Kalini? Thank you so much, guys. So today, that's it for today. That's what today's streaming all about. And remember, there's no streaming tomorrow. Sunday's one I got to think about. And today, that's our project today. We created this beautiful clay cane. And this was the previous one I did. But I love this one the most because it's my favorite color. Blue is prominent here. So if you're a clay artist or a beginner, and if you like to do this one, please don't forget to tag me on your clay project. I'm more than happy to come and help you. And don't forget to put any comments here on the reply if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to support you through. And again, thanks for joining with me. Thank you, everybody. I'm not gonna read the names. I love you all. Thanks. Appreciate your support all the way through. So stay happy, stay safe until I see you next day. It's me,